Because he's like upper echelon of underground like legends, bro. Like he's up there, man. Do you know what I mean? So when you hear stuff like that, you're like, right, that's like right now, I'm like, what? Like, I ain't never heard nothing like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Why would anyone have a problem with Vinnie, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Yo, welcome back to Shotgun the Orcs. We're here once again, live from lockdown. It's not actually live, with your boy Tom. And today we're joined by a very special guest and no stranger to the podcast. It's man like Skirmish. Man, how you doing, bro?
What's going on, bruv? Third time. The one person that's been on there third time, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
It's a record, man.
That isn't a staff member.
Man, staff's a very loose term, man. None of us get paid for this shit. I wish we did, but yeah, friend of the podcast, man. A long time affiliate.
Thanks for having me again, man. Pleasure, man. Honestly.
Yeah. And we've just been talking about kind of the whole like lockdown situation. Yeah. Obviously, that's kind of what we've all got in common now around the world. But you've recently had like a new addition to the family, man. Keep busy,
man. Yeah, bruv. Like literally about 5 weeks ago, I had a baby daughter, my first child, man. Like me and the missus, man. Over the moon, man. Honestly, it's I'm lost for words, man. It's the best feeling, man. Best feeling. I can't even describe it, man. Honestly, like to anyone out there, I recommend it, man. The sleepless nights are worth it. Everything is all worth it, man. They're honestly a bundle of joy, man. You can't get bored.
Do you reckon they're like
perfect timing, isn't it?
Exactly. Do you think there are parents who are going to be listening to that thinking like, yeah, you wait a few months, motherfucker.
Yeah, of course. It's only 5 weeks, isn't it? For real. Like I was saying before we got on, I've even been kicked out of my room, bro, innit? So I don't deal with the madness during the night, the whole night anyway. So that's probably why I'm so like cheerful about it.
Oh man, you got to make the most of it, man. That's
you have
to keep
man.
You distracted because it's so like it's so kind of odd at the moment, and obviously like by the time we're actually recording this, like they're making an announcement over the weekend in terms of like the lockdown measures and what they're going to be doing. So what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to be announced?
I think they might loosen it up a little bit, like a bit of movement around, like friends, families, and things like that. Not like how it was before. Obviously, not all the shops ain't going to be open, and it's going to be still quite a little bit limited movement. But I think they're going to loosen it up a bit. I think they need to, man. Like I think people are going a bit crazy out here, man. Like people are losing their minds a bit, man. Honestly.
How's it been in London, man? Because obviously, being in Bournemouth, it's quieter here generally anyway.
Yeah.
And you're still like seeing more and more people out every day. Like I'm going to the shops and that. It's kind of like I'm still a bit apprehensive, man.
It's been getting a bit busier. I mean, like I haven't really been in and out of the house too much for the past 4 or 5 weeks, but before my daughter was born, and I used to go back and forth to hospital, and it was ghost town, absolute ghost town. Like it would take me about 20 minutes from South London to West London, and that's normally over an hour. Like, do you know what I mean? Man. 20 minutes. So it goes to show, man. It goes to show, but it's I think it's getting a bit busier now though. When I look outside, I'm like, there's a little few more cars going past.
Yeah, man.
A few more groups of people walking past. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but
I know, man. Allow that, man. I'm kind of like, just don't be too hasty with this shit. Do you know what I mean? Protect other people. Exactly, man.
Yeah,
you've got too much at stake, man. We all doing it, and ultimately, it's even if like you're not. Just respect the frontline workers.
Yeah, I'd rather be safe than sorry, bro. Rather be safe than sorry, man. You can't take risks, man. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in contact with so many different people as well. You never know, bro. You just never know. You know what I mean?
But how do you think this whole thing's going to kind of like impact the world going forward? Do you think it's going to be like, because this is like the new norm now, man. Just like working from home and just kind of. Like talking to people over kind of FaceTime and Skype and all that kind of thing.
All these things, I think this will be the norm. I think this will probably be the norm in the long run. I think businesses will struggle a lot, like financially, but everyone's just going to have to start again, basically, and everything is going to have to be online now. That's how I see it. That's how I see it going. That's how I see it going. Everything is going to change. The whole world. It's already changed, man. The whole world's already changed. Like within a matter of less than 2 months, the whole world's changed, bro. You know what I mean? It
doesn't feel real, does it, man? It is, man. It's weird because, like, unless like I've known about people who've died from COVID and stuff and underlying conditions and that kind of thing. But until like you know a case or you can relate to a case, you just hear the kind of stats and you don't know what sits behind it. But it's serious shit, man. It's really
serious, bruv. And I think like the numbers are getting duped a bit as well. Like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, man. It's weird because you don't know whether or not
is it up or is it down? We don't know.
Are they attributing too many to COVID or with underlying, or is it the other way around? Is it kind of like
because I've known a couple people actually like that have passed away, bro, and they just said it was COVID.
Yeah,
like disregarding all other health issues that they had previously. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying there's some conspiracy or whatever. I'm just saying it just is what it is, isn't it?
It's just you've got to go by in times like this, though. You've got to go by like the facts. You know what I mean? And by reputable sources, people who know their shit. Because there's a lot of kind of like fucking dumb conspiracy theories out there.
A lot of Chinese whispers. Yeah, man. Yeah, nah, I'm not buying into all of it, man. I'm staying at home, bruv.
Just give me those delicious facts, man. That's all I want. I just want facts. I don't want anything else, man. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of no point in speculating and fear mongering and stuff. It's just like, this is serious, but ultimately
it's very serious. Yeah.
It's a virus. It's not like it's not kind of a malicious entity.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? It's not kind of like a war. Virus. It's just a virus.
It's the whole world. It's not just one country or one city. The whole world, man. Like my brothers in Africa are struggling from it as well. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
man.
Everywhere. It's not just England. You know what I mean?
Are they in Sierra Leone at the moment?
Like, they're on lockdown as well,
man. Crazy.
They're on lockdown, bro. I think like a little while ago they had about 3-day lockdown and they loosened it up a bit and a few more days lockdown just to kind of stagger it out a bit. But yeah, even there, like my brother's like, he's like, bro, like I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. You know what I mean? Financially, it's tough already. So imagine, you know what I mean? So it's mad.
We've all got it in common, man, isn't it? Like everyone, you know, it's anywhere in the world, man. Just like like Sierra Leone, like fucking
Australia, like flipping Poland or
anywhere, man.
Lithuania, wherever. It's all the same, man. It's all the same.
So how have you been kind of, besides obviously keeping busy with family and stuff, and that's kind of probably consuming your life right now, as it quite rightly should be, man. But have you had any, have you been kind of up to much? Have you been like listening to anything, watching, reading anything noteworthy?
Yeah, to be honest, man, I've just been going back to old stuff, man. Just like re-listening to older things and catching up on things. Like my wife, she ain't watched The Wire ever. So I started watching The Wire with her, like, again.
Yeah,
exactly. This is like my 7th time watching it now. I'm like, you're bugging, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So yeah, just been watching TV, reading a few books. Like, went back to 1984 again. Like, oddly enough,
it's
this crazy
man.
time.
Yeah, it's an appropriate book to read.
Yeah,
crazy, man. Bit of Orwell.
Just been listening to what's this guy? Stove God Cooks. Crazy.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Crazy. Was it Reasonable Drought? Oh,
yeah, man. It's got like quite a it's like the cover's like, is it like a pink kind of colour?
Pinky kind of,
yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, man.
Amazing. If you ain't listened, you got, bro. Honestly, yeah. That and Electronica are the two I've been listening to, man. Do you know what I mean?
We'll get into that, man.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Because that's the thing. Because that album, obviously it dropped like just at the start of all of this. You know what I mean? And they had to cancel like the listening ceremony, whatever it is. And that's the one that kind of sticks in my mind as like
cold album, man.
It is, and we talked about it when it dropped, didn't we? Because it's we'll just get into it now. Fuck it.
We'll get into it. Yeah, we'll get into it.
But like, you know, when it dropped, it was kind of like, all right, Electronica's he's dropping his debut album, and in my mind, it was kind of it didn't have like the right. It shouldn't have been that good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the hype was built up for so long, and obviously he had a few kind of like verses here and there, and obviously he was like kind of bodied on the Big Sean track, you know, Control.
And so it was non-existent on that track for me, bro. I don't even get that far, man.
Exactly, man. So, and then it was just kind of like, it just blew my mind because it was just like, right, it's coming out, and I thought I'll give it a listen because, like, obviously his early shit was tight, and even though people kind of you know, they didn't really take him seriously anymore. A lot of people just like, you know, whatever. It's like
just never thought it was coming. Never thought it was coming.
Yeah. And then it happened, and it's just like, you know what, this is levels. I don't know what it is, if it's kind of the production and the feel of it. And I'm not Muslim or anything, but it's still like the subject matter is very kind of heavily, man. Like him and Jay-Z,
which he always has been anyway. You know what I mean? So
but it's still like just the kind of feel of it.
It's just like
resonant.
What's that phrase? It's like a bit of sugar with a medicine. Literally, it's just like giving you a little bit of knowledge, but in a nice way. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just with a flow on a beat, and it's just like, you know what I mean? It's not just shoved down your face, because it can be quite off-putting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Because it was he stirred up some kind of controversy with is it Farrakhan or whatever his name is? But but to be honest, it's something that I don't know enough about to really kind of comment on. So I'm kind of commenting strictly from kind of a sound, like production wise, bars.
Just musically,
overall,
of course.
Musically, sonically, it was just incredible for me. And I watched the Anthony Fantano Needle Drop review of it, and he didn't really rate it that much, and it just triggered me, man. I was just like, man.
But no, you know what it is though? I can understand why people don't like it, because they expected so much more. I went in with low expectations, thinking, whatever. I'm gonna listen to it. It's finally here. Cool, whatever. And because I didn't expect it to be the second coming of Illmatic, I think that's why I enjoyed it more. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, this is actually all right. Even though I do think he got bodied by Jay-Z. I think he got bodied on nearly almost every song, but it was dope. It's not like he got battered though, bro. It's not like he was trashed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't even like I think he didn't really approach it.
I thought it was dope, man. I thought it was weird.
Man. I didn't really approach it from that kind of. Hold on, you paused. We'll wait for you to get back.
That's his style. You know what I mean?
Oh man, you paused for a second. Yeah, you're back now. He's back. So yeah, man. Like, I didn't approach it really from that. I just thought they complemented each other really well. It was like an unusual kind of creative choice, having like, and I think it was like one of the most common criticisms was like it was too Jay-Z heavy. Jay-Z was the first verse on the project. You know what I mean? It was kind of like,
no, I can't have that. That I can't have, bro. As an artist myself, I'm like, nah, hell no, I ain't letting next man. Especially like someone like Jay-Z, like the GOAT, bro. Like, nah, it's not happening, bro.
Yeah.
Especially when Jay's in that bag as well. You're like, nah, mate. Fall back, G. Fall back, man. You know what I mean?
But it sends like mixed messages, doesn't it? It's kind of like whose record is this? But as a project, if you kind of take all those factors out and think, you know, the kind of background, it being his debut album, it's long awaited and people aren't taking him seriously anymore. If you forget all all
take all those bullet points away. Take all of that. Just the music. I loved it. It was sick. Man. It was sick. The production. I know people were like, oh, the production, whatever. His production's always been like that. He's always rapped over stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know why everyone expected it to be some like DJ Premier type Pete. Like, he just does loops and that's it. You know what I mean? And you get the bars, you know what I mean? So I don't know why everyone's so surprised and thinking it's going to be some crazy production.
Yeah, man.
Some cinematic type sounding. No. Just take it
kind
of
add that lo-fi sound to it. Yeah, man. And that's not to say that like... Anyway. That's not to say that like some of the beats weren't cinematic. Like
the beats, the blinding, the Arab music one is cold, amazing.
Yeah, man, that's kind of the biggest kind of I guess like banger on the album, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, that's the
you know what I mean?
Banger. Yeah. If that comes on like a show or something, like you're like, whoo, it'll catch people's attention, man. Trust me.
That track, Fruits of the Spirit as well, and they used that, the imagination sample, and it was the same. Because I know No ID produced it, but do you remember that track, that Just Blaze track with Talib, Never Been in Love, from like an
quite
early
old
Talib
one,
album?
Isn't it? Yeah,
it's exactly the same beat. I was just like,
it's one of the earlier Talib albums.
Yeah.
But I thought it sounded familiar.
I was just like, what is? I was just like, I know this is Just Blaze, and it's like, it's just like the same sample, but
it's just the same sample. Yeah.
It gives you that. I guess.
Do you know what I love on the album though? The flux capacitor. That is cold. So cold. It's just all everywhere. Over the place.
Yeah,
it's just everywhere. But I love that. I normally hate that, bro. I just want something simple. And I can hear you like barring on it or whatever, but because it was all over the place, I don't know, it just caught my attention. I'm like, oh, what's this? And it's just, that's probably my favorite song on the album, Flux Capacitor.
It's very unorthodox, isn't it? That's what I mean, and that's what I like about it. Even though the album itself is unorthodox and it is lo-fi and it's a bit kind of abstract. It's still cohesive. It works well from start to finish.
Yeah, it worked well, man. Yeah, it worked well, and that's why I think they did put Shiny Suit Theory in it as well, because obviously it's an old song.
It's an older track,
but it worked. It worked well. It fit in perfectly. Do you know what I mean? But obviously it turns people off. They're like, oh my god, you ain't done nothing in years. It's a 10-year-old track, like, do you know what I mean? So I get it, but banger, absolute banger.
Yeah, man. But I guess
in this manila envelope with the results of my insanity. What a bar? You mad? Like, it's just so vivid. The imagery is. I see the envelope he's talking about.
Yeah, man. I think as well, it's kind of like just because it's an old track. If you think that like thematically it will work with amongst this body of work, then what's the harm in? What's the problem? Do you know what I mean?
What's the harm? Yeah, exactly. Because no one's gonna think about that in like 50 years, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna be like, oh, but this song was on this. No one's gonna.
Man.
Bruv. Like, it's just you're gonna listen to the whole project as a solid form, and that's it. That's all that should matter, really. Do you know what I mean? I think as hip hop fans, we become too picky and too just finicky about stupid things that doesn't really matter. It's like, is the music good or not? Is he rapping good or not? That's all that should matter. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, man. Music's supposed to be timeless as well, isn't it? So it's just like, to your point, like,
exactly.
People aren't going to care about that kind of shit. The Never Ending Story was probably my favourite. The Alchemist joint on there. Just those like fucking crazy like sci-fi guitars on there. Cold. It was just like, if you listen to it like really loud in your headphones, you're just kind of in the zone. You're just like really concentrating on the music. It just takes you somewhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it does, bro. It does. It really does, man. That bro. That's how I recommend listening to music anyway. Like either in the car or headphones. You know what I mean? Like if I really want to listen to it and analyze it and break it down. Do you know what I mean? Just listen to it through my headphones, and it does really. It takes you elsewhere, bro. It takes you elsewhere.
Oh man, it's annoying. I get
there's too many good songs on the album, man.
I get real like obnoxious with like pushing like albums that I like on people. Do you know what I mean? So when this dropped, I was just like, this is like the best shit ever. And I was just like messaging mates, just going like, have you checked the new JLF album? They're like, who is this guy anymore? Anyway, like fuck J Electronica. What's he done? Like all that kind of stuff. And like, I'm not interested. I don't care. I'm like, no, give it a go. And I was just kind of, it's honestly worth checking out. And then that would get kind of a mixed reception. Some people were like, oh yeah, I'm feeling it. And others would be like, nah, it's just like, I think you've overhyped it a bit. It's just like, it's subjective, man. Fuck it, whatever.
It's what it is, bro. I do the same, man. Bro. Trust me, like I'm still pushing Illmatic on certain people, bro. It's been like it's been nearly 30 years, bro. I'm still pushing it on people, bro. I'm the same, bro.
How do you go about doing that? How do you go about that? Do you just like, I've got an album for you, a little known underground album called Illmatic. You might have heard of him. His name's Nas.
You might have heard of it. Yeah. You know, some guy from Queens. I don't know. You know.
Because you shared a post. You shared a post the other day on Mobb Deep, didn't you? Your kind of backstory when you first bought the CD and that was sick. I really little trip down memory lane.
Bro, man. Like honestly, man, I was obsessed, bro. As a kid, as a teenager, like a young boy coming up, I was obsessed with this hip hop thing, man. Like, and I would go anywhere to try and find anything, bro. Like when I found those albums, man, bro, honestly, man, it changed my life, man. Changed my life because Prodigy was the first ever rapper. His voice was in my head. I'm writing bars. I'm like, I wanted to sound like Prodigy, bro. You know what I mean? So when I found those albums, I'm like, yo, come on, man. Trust me.
So you went in there.
Bro, I still even got the receipts, bro.
Man,
trust me.
That's dedication, man. So when you went in there, you found a CD Yeah. And then it was too expensive. But then you found it again.
It was expensive. It was like £10, and I only had £8 on me, brother. Like, I was like, I don't know, I must have been 15, 16 or something like that. And I'm like, I'm stressing out. I'm like, yo, man, the one CD I want, I can't even afford. And I can't even say to the guy, oh, bro, I'll give it to you next time. Da, 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 da. He's not going to do that, bruv. He wants his money, innit? So, and they normally have this used section right by the till, about 15 to 20 CDs. And I'm just flicking through, trying to find something, anything. I didn't want to go home listening to the same, like, CD or whatever. I just wanted something new. And I just saw it there, and it's like, Infamous was there, £3. I'm like, what? I've got to get this. I picked it up, and Hell on Earth was behind it for £3. I'm like, whoever sold these to these guys are idiots, bruv. Like, this is a gold mine right now. Picked them up, got them. I was out of there, bro. Out of there. My life changed forever, man.
What's your favourite track on the Infamous?
Oh, it's got to be Shook Ones Part 2.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, Shook Ones. It's got to be, man. It's got to be. But that's so obvious, though. Apart from that, I'd probably say the first song, man, Start of Your Ending. Just the way it comes in, like, you're just like, when I first heard that, I was like, this sounds evil. This is mean. I'm like, wow, it's a very haunting sound. Like, both albums, I'd say, both of those albums, very haunting. Very dark, and I love that. You know what I mean? I love it.
Yeah, man. It's just the kind of production from Havoc, and it's very kind of brooding. It's gritty, New York. Man. It just takes you there, doesn't it? And it's just kind of
it's not overproduced. It's not overproduced. It's simple. Like, obviously, it's not simple, but to the ear to listen to, it's simple and it's easily digestible, and it's just it's incredible, man. It's some of the best hip hop ever made, honestly.
Oh man, yeah, exactly.
Love
man.
it. It's mad, that story that I just said. I've got another funny story about that CD store. And it was. Do you remember D12's first album, Devil's Night?
Yeah, man.
All right, check this out. I feel so bad about this, bro. Honestly, like, this is so bad. I had a tenner on me, and I paid for the CD, and the woman was gonna give me change, and she's like, "Oh, you gave me a 20, didn't you?" And I'm like, Yeah. I didn't actually hear what she said. I was like, she gave me change, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything. And I just turned around, and that's when I bought Nas's "It Was Written," and that was another point in my life that changed forever, bro. Off of money that I didn't even have, she gave me money out of the till, bro. I felt so bad, but I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to go listen to this album. I don't even care about the Devil's Night no more. I was like, this is what I originally wanted anyway.
Oh, man, yeah.
Honestly, man. I lived in that shop, man. Bro. It was amazing.
What was the shop called?
Warrior CD.
Warrior CD, man. I think every town has one of those, don't they? Like, well, I grew up in Poole, so that's like next to Bournemouth. And the shop I used to go to was Red Rock, it was called. And they just used to sell like vinyl, VHS, like loads of horror. I used to go and buy loads of horror films. You know what I mean? And they just had like kind of big hip hop section. Yeah, man. It's just those days are just gone now. It's a shame, you know, like going out.
Such a shame. Such a shame, man. I used to live for that, man. I used to live for that. Nothing else to do. All right, let me go see what I can get. Let me see what used CD I can get for like £2, man. I bought so much trash.
Petey Pablo. Remember, like, I know, like,
I didn't go that bad.
I was just trying to think, what's like the wackest example I can think of, top of my head?
Petey Pablo, you know. Yeah, the couple bangers though. Like, still.
Freak a leak.
Banger, absolute banger. The one who was like waving the rags as well. Like,
what happened to that guy, man? He was just like,
who knows, man. He was entertaining though. He was very entertaining.
Yeah, man. Like proper like snapshot.
I think that was like the first emergence of like Southern.
Yeah, just kind of like. Yeah, he's very like snapshot of time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think back to like. Early 2000s, and it's just like that's Petey Pablo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, Petey was a legend.
It's a weird time for hip hop, man.
Trust me, I don't want to go back to that. I don't miss that era, man. I don't miss that. I don't miss that. And those times was when I actually like got more into UK hip hop because everything else was so shit. You know what I mean? I'm not listening to this. This is rubbish. Like, and that's when I got more into the underground stuff, like finding out like Non-Fiction, Jedi Mind Tricks, and Kalashnikov, those people that actually rapped. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know?
man.
Yeah, just never ventured back out. I never came up again. You know what I mean? Just stayed down there, bro.
Because you know, like you're a big fan of like Joe Budden, and he kind of came out like commercially at quite a weird time. It wasn't like a great time, bro. Was it? Do you know what I mean?
Weird. Yeah, bro.
So I think his kind of like lyrical ability was probably like
slept on,
exactly, man. It was lost on a lot of people.
Yeah, 100%. Bro, he put like the pigeonhole with Chingy, Jaquan, all these one-hit wonder guys, and they can't rap, bro. Like,
oh man, hood hop.
You know what I mean?
Oh man, Jesus.
Trust me, but Budden can rap. Like, you know what I mean? These guys, they're just one-hit wonders. Like, Budden can rap. Like, that's all that matters. He can rap. You know what I mean? So
yeah, man.
But like you say, it got lost because he came in at that time when there was such a commercial wave taking over, and it wasn't appreciated. There was only club music that was popping back then, do you know what I mean? And that's when around the time when I come of age, started going clubs and seeing a different kind of side of life, and I'm like, rah, like I want the hardcore stuff, man. Like this is a bit soft for me, man. You know what I mean? But I loved it nonetheless for what it was. You know what I mean?
Do you still fuck with like Non-Fiction and JMT and because a lot of people will outgrow
stuff.
Yeah,
the older stuff. I still go back to the older stuff. I mean, I haven't really listened to anything over the last decade, bro. I can't even lie, bro. I haven't listened to. I think the last thing I listened to Jedi Mind Tricks was one of Vinnie Paz's solo albums, like Soul Assassin. Oh, no, I don't even know what it's called, bro. Like no
Season of the Assassin, yeah.
Season of the Assassin, yeah. Something like that. He had a like actually dope song with Aidan on there or something like that.
Man. Aidan's on like a lot of his stuff,
bro.
It's weird. I just remember
the Rugged Man's new album as well.
Yeah, they're like real tight, aren't they? And it's weird because like I just remember Aidan from back in the day, like fuck you right back or whatever it is, like
bro,
whatever the sort, fuck you, whatever it's called.
Yeah, he smashed that. That was everywhere.
It was, man. It was. Oh, fucking hell.
Jedi Mind Tricks, man. I haven't really Non-Fiction. I don't even know what they're doing, to be honest. I don't
think Non-Fiction are like obviously like they're all doing stuff on their own. Like Ill Bill released that album with Stu Banger's Denny Cannibal Hulk, and they're doing stuff like solo wise. But I don't think are they even together anymore?
Nah, really? I don't think they've been together for about nearly 20 years, man.
I was gonna say
for a long time, man. But no, I love Vinnie though. Vinnie, like I follow him on the gram, I follow him on Twitter. I love Vinnie. Vinnie's a legend, man. Do you know what I mean? I just don't actively check for the music as much as.
Did you hear about that? Like the diss tracks that emerged recently, like in his crew, you know, like the Army of the Pharaohs.
Yeah.
And it's like I can't remember who it was. I'm gonna Google it now. It was like two of them actually like released Vinnie Paz like diss tracks. Yeah, man.
What?
I know, man.
Crazy. No, you can't do that, bruv.
Yeah, King Magnetic, Be Quiet. And King Magnetic, I think, or King Mag, I think he's like part of Army of the Pharaohs, I think.
Yeah.
And Dope Nixon.
I know Dope Nixon. Nixon.
He released one called Leg Shot. But I don't think because I listened to them a little while ago, and it's basically they're just saying like, he's just like a fraud, like he doesn't own all these guns, he's just like a big pussy and all that kind of the usual kind of stuff. Like, and I was just like, like what's he done?
Just leave it in there.
And then Apathy uploaded a video to Instagram, and he was basically like, I'm not involved in this beef. I've got nothing but respect for Paz and all that kind of stuff before people start putting words in my mouth. I don't think he's responded because he probably don't give a fuck.
There's no point. Yeah, there's no point. There's no point, man. Like the difference is like Vinny's doing stuff. I don't know what these other guys are doing.
Exactly, man. You know what I mean? That's the thing, man. You know and it's kind of like because it's so underground, you don't really hear as much about beef. So when it doesn't merge,
true.
you're just like, oh, like
raw.
I'm always just like, oh, I thought everyone like respected Paz. You know what I mean? It's kind of
exactly.
like an underground. So when it emerges, you're like, oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because he's like upper echelon of underground like legends, bro. Like he's up there, man. Do you know what I mean? So when you hear stuff like that, you're like, right, that's like right now. I'm like, what? Like, I ain't never heard nothing like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Why would anyone have a problem with Vinnie, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's weird, isn't it? Because like, I mean, he's been on like Joe Rogan and shit before.
Bro, that interview was amazing, bro.
Do you watch
that
it?
Interview, I watched all of it, bro. I think I might have even watched it twice, bro. It's so good, man. It's really good, man. Really good interview, man. Like proper insightful, man. I love Joe Rogan, man. Joe Rogan's a G, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I think with that Pazzy interview, it gave some insight because you know on like Instagram and social media, he just comes across as like a bit of a grumpy bastard, doesn't he? If people are always either like kissing his ass and he just like doesn't entertain it at all. He's just like whatever, and he's calling people like bozos and and it's quite amusing to read. Like he just doesn't tolerate any bullshit. And but on the Joe Rogan interview, he just came across like so like humble
man, proper, like down to earth, like just a friend, basically. Do you know what I mean? Someone
exactly,
I've known for years. You know what I mean? I'm like, like this guy's dope, man. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, trust me, man. 100%. I love Vinnie, man. Love Vinnie.
Yeah,
proper
man.
Legend. Proper legend,
He's
man.
Definitely definitely like a massive kind of
like because JMT like they're a big influence on our sound, man. As you can tell, do you know what I mean? A big influence, man. I looked up to them quite a lot still.
Oh man, 100%. A lot of the kind of like the dark imagery and the storytelling. Because Rhyme Asylum, it was a 10-year anniversary of Solitary Confinement.
Yeah, bro.
That's mad, isn't it?
Mad, isn't it? Mad.
10 years. That's scary to me, man.
Bro.
I remember when it dropped.
Yeah, you don't even understand, man. It's crazy. Feels like a lifetime ago, man. Lifetime ago. Great memories, man. Great memories. Creating it, putting it out, and receiving so much like love for it, man. It's just, oh man. I can't believe it's been 10 years, bro. I can't believe like RA ain't put nothing out in 10 years, bro. You know what I mean? Like what? It's unheard of, but is what
everyone's doing their own thing, I guess, aren't they?
Exactly, yeah, man.
You heard from the others lately, or?
I spoke to who did I speak to? I spoke to Cyclone not that long ago, actually, about a month. Oh, yeah, when my daughter was born, like he hollered at me. Spoke to him. Spoke to Leatherface, and I spoke to Plasma. Yeah, I haven't really spoken to anyone else other than that, to be honest. Yeah,
cool, man. But that's
everyone's just doing their own thing. Yeah, everyone's just living their life, man.
Such is life, man. But I guess as well, like back then, that was kind of like who you were, like musically, and a lot of and your stuff's just changed, and you're a different person. New experiences, and because like the music you've sent me is just like that you're sitting on at the moment is just. I can't wait for you to put it out, man, because I can't wait for people to hear it. Do you know what I mean?
I want you to talk about it, baby. It's frozen.
It's frozen again. Yeah, man. I was just.
Minor.
Where did you get to? What did you hear up to?
When the stuff I'm sitting on at the moment. That's
man. I was just saying, like, I can't wait for your new stuff to drop and people to hear it, because it's crazy, man. It's really kind of introspective.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Do you think that now having a daughter is going to add another like emotional layer to your writing?
Oh yeah, bro, definitely, man, definitely. Already, bro, like the stuff that I've been writing, literally just in the past couple of weeks alone. Yeah, it's different, man. It's different. I never imagined myself to kind of delve that deep and speak about things like that in my life. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, man.
Right, it's like, bro, complete. Like it's just opened up my brain. Like I'm like, where did this come from? Honestly, yeah, it's a different feeling, man. Different. It's amazing.
Yeah, man. Are you able to like record at home at the moment, or do you have to wait till?
Yeah. I'm trying. I'm figuring it out, man. I'm figuring it out, bro. I'm figuring it out. But hopefully my studio's open like in the next couple of weeks, and I can just go with all the material I've been prepping the past 2-3 months. Because I think I've only got like 3 songs, maybe 3 songs maximum to write and record, and the album's done and ready to go. Do you know what I mean? Because I could actually like be finished with it now. I could be done with it, but I think since my daughter was born, it just added an extra bit to the story. Do you know what I mean? So I just kind of have to put that in there and be done with it. Do you know what I mean? So I have to cap the story off properly. Do you know what I mean? So
are you releasing any kind of like visuals or like...
Oh yeah, definitely. I've got a few things lined up already that I've been working on. Yeah, I'll send them your way, man. I'll send them.
Yeah, your way, man. No, for real.
And I mean, I've only showed you like 3 or 4 songs. Like, there's stuff on there that I haven't showed you yet that I want to leave as a surprise. So when you hear it, like, do you know what I mean? And because you know me on a personal level, and we've spoken about these certain aspects of my life and these things, you would know that it's all real facts. You know what I mean? It's like 100% my life. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, man, 100%. Are you planning to put it out with physicals as well?
Oh yeah. Physicals, bro. I'm trying to do everything, bro. Everything, man. I'm back with a bang, bro. I'm coming back, and I'm ready to work again, and I'm ready to just, like, even though I've taken pretty much, I wouldn't say 10 years off, but these next 10 years, I'm trying to work now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man.
Just flood you guys every week with something, especially being able to record at home. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, as soon as I get an idea, I'll just lace it down, boom, done, and just build on it. You know what I mean? I was trying to hit people up every week with something, man. You know what I mean? Definitely.
Oh man, no, I'm gassed to hear it, man. It's gonna be good. Yeah. So
I hope so, man.
Yeah. So is it basically just kind of like you haven't put a date on when you're going to release it? It's just ready when it's ready, and
there's a date in my mind. There's a date in my mind. I mean, to be honest, if this COVID thing didn't happen, it would have been out already. It would have been out already. Do you know what I mean? I kind of wanted to put it out on the 10th anniversary of like solitary confinement, but because of all of this, and like I haven't been to work in like 3 months, bro. Do you know what I mean? So obviously that plays a part as well. Do you know what I mean? Financially and that. So I have to kind of recoup again, and I've got a date in my mind, but I'll let you know privately.
No, that's cool, man. It's good that it's kind of you had a lot in the pipeline before it. We kind of went into lockdown because have you found that like this lockdown situation has it stifled you creatively at all?
At first it did. I was just like, I'm a person, bro. I like to be out and about, man. I hate being cooped up in the house all the time. Don't get me wrong. I'm a bit of a homebody. I love being at home. I love chilling at home, but I like being out and about, man. I like driving around, thumping loud music. Believe it or not, I miss my job, bro. I miss working. I love working, and that's where I create most, when I'm at work, because my mind is just doing something that I'm used to doing, like physically, and my brain is just somewhere else, and I'm just thinking of bars constantly. Do you know what I mean? So I miss that, bro. I miss that, man. But at first it did stifle me because I didn't have that routine that I once had a few months ago. But now I've found a different routine. So it's like, okay, things is flowing again. So I'm happy, man. I can't complain, bro.
Yeah, yeah, man. Because you think, obviously when it first kind of happened and a lot of like COVID-19 related freestyles were coming out every day, and it was just kind of this is going to be long, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. I was so tempted to put so many out. Bro, I had so many things ready to put out, bro. And I was just like, nah, let me chill. Because everyone's doing the same thing now, isn't it? Let me chill. Ride
that wave. Just wait for it to peak. Wait until it's flat, and then you just come through at the right time, man. I think that's probably a wise strategy.
Yeah, but present it. It's all about the presentation, man. Like, it's all about the presentation. I mean, because I've been paying attention to R.A. the Rugged Man's rollout for this last album. Amazing, bro. Amazing. If I could do anything half as good as what he's just done, bro, I'll be happy, man. Honestly.
Let's talk a bit about the album, man. So I've listened to it.
I haven't even listened to it. I haven't even listened to it. I've listened to the intro, and that's it. And the intro is incredible.
Yeah. Because he just dropped the video for that, didn't he?
Oh, bro, it's so sick, man. Actually, I'm lying. I've heard 2 songs. That Legendary Loser. The video is incredible, man. Amazing, bro. Amazing.
He's upped his game, isn't he? Like when it comes like production and I think he must have like better management or something.
Yeah.
Like because he seems to be thinking about strategy a lot more. Like the aesthetics, it's very like cohesive. Because normally, like with an R.A. Rugged Man album, like they're always a little bit like uneven.
It's just thrown together, like in a sense, like
exactly,
like
man.
The sequencing seems a bit.
You know what I mean? And with this one, I know you haven't listened to the full thing yet. It kind of follows the same formula that there's always like as a collection of tracks, you always have like the kind of self-deprecating, I'm a piece of shit type tracks. The autobiographical, man. You got like that legendary loser. That's like, oh amazing. Yeah, I used to be this and this, that, the other. It's just funny. That's just classic RA. And then you've got like ones about more like sad ones about his family and the real kind of interpersonal stuff. And then you've got ones like a couple of concept tunes thrown in there as well. Like there's did you see the video? I can't remember the name of the track, but it's like it's kind of a slow song. It's all like it's 3 different stories, and it's about like a girl who's like sexually assaulted, and then it's
I don't think I saw that one. No.
I think the first verse is about his family, then it's a girl who was sexually assaulted, and it's about a drug user who like ODs.
Oh, bloody hell.
So it's a deep song, but it's like very kind of, oh right, this is his serious concept track, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that side of him though, especially like he's wicked, man. I rate him highly, man. He's like you say, it's like with better management or he's doing something different. I don't know what it is, but
man,
it's making me notice him more. Like, do you know what I mean? Than I did years ago. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, back in the day, he's always been a sick rapper. He's always been
100%,
100%. But yeah, I think maybe he just didn't. He just kind of lacked that kind of direction, structure. But yeah, he's just like prolific at the moment, man.
Yeah, like, he's killing it, man. It's proper inspiring, man. Watching how he's doing it is very inspiring, and I'm like, okay. Like he's doing it like that. Interesting. Points to take up on, you know what I mean? So
and maybe like just talking about like your experience. Obviously, he's just he's got 2 young children, isn't he? And like so his life's like drastically changed in the last few years.
Completely. Yeah.
Probably grounded him more, so he's like thinking clearer. I don't know, man. I'm just speculating, but that could be a reason.
No, that's a fair point. That is a very fair point because I mean, like that is if anything in life that can ground you and like chill you out is having children, man. Do you know what I mean? So. It's mad. Even though I'm still new to it, it's the most chilled out, humbling experience, man. Honestly.
Yeah, man. You've got to check that album, man.
I got to check it out, man. I have to.
All my heroes are dead, because he's well into like his kind of exploitation cinema and stuff, and he's really into his horror films, and so I think that was the concept behind his album. Was just like
you know what surprised me as well? It's like, wow, there's like 20 something songs on there. Like,
it's a lot, man.
Massive track list, bro. But I mean, he hasn't put anything out in like 7-8 years. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, have this for another 7-8 years.
Yeah, I listened
to live some more and experience life a bit. You know what I mean?
Exactly, man. I was listening to. He was on Ramesh's podcast recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man.
I gotta check. No way.
Yeah, and Ramesh was proper like fanboying out. He loves him, and he was just like, "Fuck it, I don't care." And and RA was basically saying like, what you were just saying, basically like, I had a body of work ready to release like shortly after my last project, Legends Never Die, but then I thought, well, it's too similar to that project. I want so he completely scrapped it. Do you know what I mean? And started working on something new. But this man, it's crazy. It's got like it's got a track on called Dragonfire with Ghostface Killer, like Cool G Rap and Master Killer. It's got a fucking posse cut called Slayers Club with like fucking Ice-T, Vinnie Paz,
everyone, no way.
MOP, Onyx, like on one track.
That's next on the list, man. That's next on the list. That's next on the list. That's overtaken a few things, I must admit. Are you into?
Man, it's mad. It's fucking crazy.
I remember the last time I heard Ice-T rap, bro.
Man, it's just like that. Some of the features on this thing. Not that features make an album. That's another conversation in itself. But I had a lot of fun with this album, man. Like start to finish, it was just like an enjoyable rap record.
I gotta check this out, man. Yeah, I have to check it, man. RA's a legend, bro. And bro, I'll be honest, I was never always a fan of RA. Like, I'm talking like years ago. I was never a fan of him. But then I think in the past 3-4 years, I've been watching these interviews, and I'm like, this guy's cool, man. Like, he's got his head screwed on. He knows what he's talking about, and he sticks to his guns, bro. And he's hip hop to the core. I'm like, I love this guy. I was like, I love this guy, man. Like, not like put his music aside, just him as a person, how he comes. I was like, I love this guy.
Yeah, same man. He's a G. He's
proper
a G.
Entertaining.
He did this. He did because he's in Berlin at the moment. I think he's like his missus is German. So I think he's living there at the moment. He's there in lockdown. And did you see? He did this like video. It came out like a few weeks ago, and it was him like doing like a feminist march, and he was like interviewing all these like feminists and stuff, and he was just like, it was just weird.
That's funny enough
concept you can imagine, and he was just like, I was just, what the fuck?
Oh my god! I'm pretty sure some of the stuff he wanted to say, he just, you know what I mean?
Oh man, I think he was saying it, man. To be fair, he don't give a fuck, does he?
He don't care, man. I'll rate him. Ratings for that, bro.
Yeah,
Stick to your guns, man. Stick to your guns, always, bro. Legend, bro. Legend, man.
It dropped. Because it was a few weeks ago. It dropped on the same day as Pray for Paris, the West Side Gun album.
Bro, I still ain't heard that.
Are you into Griselda at all? Like, what's your...
Hell yeah. Benny's the guy for me, bro. Benny the Butcher's the guy, bro. Like I still listen to Tanner Talk 3 now. It came out a couple years ago. I still listen to it now, bro. Like, amazing. I think Benny's probably my favorite. Out of a lot of them. Like, West Side's probably my least favorite.
West Side's the most kind of Marmite, I'd say, out of them in terms of like vocal delivery and stuff. I do rate him. I love them all, man. Like, I think they all like, bring something unique to. Yeah,
what a click, bro. Like, you got West Side Gun, you got Conway, you got Benny.
Hold on, man. Frozen. Hold on, man. You froze again. You froze again. All right, pick up.
It's cool, bro. It's cool. Yeah, no, I was saying, like, their production's amazing as well, man. Like, their production is so dark and it's just hip hop, man. You know what
decadent, isn't it? It's very like luxurious and like immersive, cinematic. Man. You know, because Beat Butcher's on a lot of their stuff, isn't it? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, Beat Butcher smashed it, bro. Like, bro, I used to see Beat Butcher at Deal Real, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And now he's doing beats for like Eminem and flipping Mobb Deep, and it's mad. It's mad. But he was always like a level above a lot of people, man, with his ear and the sound. Amazing. Phenomenal, bruv. Like, you know what I mean? Love it. I'd love a Beat Butcher beat one day still. Body that, bruv.
It's ironic, man. Like, back in the day, like, you would have, you know, you did have some Beat Butcher beats, didn't you?
Yeah, there was some Beat Butcher beats in the tuck, but I just never really got to record them. Man. Never got to, which was a shame. Which was an absolute shame because there was some bangers there, man. Some fine beats, man. You know what I mean? But I just never really got my hands on them, you know what I mean? I think a few of the other members had their hands on them, and it's just never like.
Is what it is, isn't it?
Bro. Yeah.
It is what it is, man. But yeah, it's cool to see like someone from the UK man. Just kind of smashing it.
Oh, bro, man. He smashed it, man. He's done beats for Jada Kiss, spare people, man. Everyone, innit? You know what I mean? It's amazing.
But
Fling one my way, bro. Fling one my way. I'll fuck that shit up for you, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. You heard it here. But, man, I think, like, with Griselda, just, like, we were talking about RA and strategizing and that kind of stuff, and I think they're the masters of it at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a Wi-Fi, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just froze again, man. This is the hazards we have, man. Recording over Skype. Do you know what I mean? It's just like temperamental Wi-Fi.
We're making it work.
It's real, isn't it? It's real, isn't it? It's real.
Making it work.
These are real life issues that people have, man. Wi-Fi connection. All right, mate. So I've got a thought experiment for you then. So if your Wi-Fi is cut out and you only have one CD and one DVD. You only have access to those two items during lockdown, man. What are they and why? What are you listening to? What are you watching?
One CD, probably be Tupac, All Eyes on Me, because there's just so many songs, so many emotions, so many different, you know what I mean? Anger, like sadness, revenge, fear, all of that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? There's like 20-something songs on that. So, and that'll keep me entertained. So Tupac, All Eyes on Me. DVD, I don't know. Probably Scarface, man. It's so cliche. I know. But it was on ITV4 last night, bruv. Like, and I can't ever get bored of this film. I've watched it like 100 million times. I could probably watch it another 100 million times. I just, there's just something about it, man. It just gets to me, bruv.
It's like a comfort blanket, isn't it? Like films like that. It's like Goodfellas and stuff. But man, I've been so recently took out my DVD collection because I haven't actually set eyes on it for a long time.
Let's go. Yeah, I see a few familiar. Jackie Brown. There we go. I see a few familiar ones there.
Yeah, man. It's all like the staples. Do you know what I mean? All those kind of
man.
And I think to our younger listeners, a DVD is the like a spherical object that you put into a device.
and the laser moves around and like something like.
Oh man, yeah. So it's kind of cool, man. Like having all this spare time, you just kind of
yeah, bro. No, trust me, man. Like, I do the same. Like, cause we're just literally stuck here, bro. I just pick 5 DVDs at a time that me and the missus want to watch. Put them down and watch them whenever we can. Done with that 5, next batch. Let's go. Do you know what I mean? Like we watched. I think what we watched. We've watched Drive with what's that guy's name?
Ryan Gosling.
That's the one. Oh
yeah,
bro,
sick film, man.
What a film! What the soundtrack's amazing.
Oh man, I've got the soundtrack on vinyl.
You've got the soundtrack.
Yeah,
amazing.
It's like a real cool like sky blue vinyl.
Oh man,
it's very like amazing. Electronic and like synthwave. It's really really good.
Such a dope film, man. Dope soundtrack as well. What else did we watch? Can't even remember. I think Batman Begins or something. The first one of the new ones, Christian Bale one. Like, I think she enjoyed that. She ain't seen that. That to be honest, I think that's the best one. Out of all Batmans.
I think right. A lot of people sleep on it because everyone kind of automatically goes to the Dark Knight because of Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
But I think that performance aside, it has kind of a coherent storyline. The first one is better in terms of like an origin story, storytelling, pacing. But it's a little bit kind of disjointed, the Dark Knight, and obviously when he died, it's like a quick. The ending doesn't really. There's something missing. From the ending. He's just kind of dangling down. He's just and then he's just end scene. It's just like what No,
it's true, man. It's true. I agree with you. I think it was overhyped because of. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's amazing performance, like top notch. Like, but I just prefer Batman Begins, man. That is just something about it. That the whole story, the unfolding of how he became. Was and it's brilliant, man. Really.
Did you
film, man.
When you first saw it? Did you think like I remember laughing at Christian Bale's voice like when he was back? Yeah,
of course, bro.
I remember just being like, what's he doing? Like, is this like
of course, bro. Yeah,
a creative choice that he's made?
Yeah,
but then it just became you got used to it.
It worked. Stuck with it. Yeah, bro. I still got a cinema poster of Batman Begins. Somewhere in the house, bro. I still got it. And back in the day, I used to work in the cinema. I used to get all these posters and everything, bro. Like, I still got all my favorite ones. I've got somewhere stashed, bro. Either in my house or somewhere in my mum's house, somewhere like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, but going back to Drive, that has Bryan Cranston's in that, ain't he? Like Walter White from Breaking Bad. Yeah. Gets the old straight razor. Oh man, that scene is raw, man.
Yeah, that film is dark, man. That's a dark film, man. When we were watching it, she was like, yo, like, what's going on? What's going on here, man? This is a bit weird. It's a bit of a weird film, but she loved it though. It was like, dark, real dark, man. I'm gonna listen to sounction, man. I need to listen to it. Jump in a minute, man.
It's it's clinical, isn't it? And very like stylish. Because I think he's like a Danish director. I can't remember his name again, but he went on to do like Only God Forgives and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was a weird one as well. Did you see that with Ryan Gosling?
No, I haven't seen that. I ain't seen that, man.
That's a Marmite film, man. Because with Drive, at least you have kind of like it's quite straightforward. It's just like a guy, like stunt car driver, meets a girl. He's protective of a girl. He's in this life and that kind of thing. It's like a revenge thing. But this Only God Forgives is just like so convoluted and confusing,
proper disjointed movie, like
But I don't know, man. I think like there's obviously some kind of hidden meanings and stuff like that. But
of course.
It was a hard one to watch, man.
Yeah, no.
Nicholas Rendon Wethen, is that his name? Hold on.
I'm terrible with names, bruv. I'm better with faces, man.
That's it. Nicholas Winding Refn is the director. because he did Drive. Only God Forgives, and there was one other that's quite. The Neon Demon was one that came out like a few years ago.
Yeah. I've heard about that. I've never seen it though. Crazy.
It's weird, man. It's just like it's basically
like fuck,
yeah, man. It's about like a girl who wants to get into like modeling, and she moves to, I think it's LA. And she gets in amongst all the kind of like, like socialites and the modelling scene. And it's obviously like really kind of like degrading and fucked up. And it culminates in some really like horrific stuff. It's obviously very like allegorical. But you got like Keanu Reeves is in that film as like some sleazy like motel owner, man. It's like just the last person you'd expect to be in it. It's just that.
Keanu, flipping Neo, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, man, it's mad.
But I'll check them out though. I'll definitely check them out. I'll probably have a fat spliff and ruin the rest of my night. You know what I mean?
Required, man. That is that's a prerequisite, man. You need to be bunning something before that.
Trust me, bro. Trust me. But yeah, bro, I've just been watching The Wire, bro.
Oh man. I haven't gone back to The Wire yet. I've watched a few episodes. We've seen it so many times. But I've been rewatching The Sopranos, innit?
Yeah, I've never watched The Sopranos.
That's your get on it, man.
Never watched.
Get on The Sopranos.
Is it definitely worth it? Yeah.
It's some of the best acting I think I've ever seen. Like, it's like
see
James Gandolfini obviously passed away. Like, I think
2 years
2013.
back.
He was only young, relatively. He was like 50,
Yeah, he
51.
wasn't that old. That's still young, man. Very young.
Exactly, man. And his acting in that show is just like
amazing.
Just effortless. Do you know what I mean?
Oh man, Sopranos. It's got to be done.
Much smaller in scale than The Wire. Like it's the same in terms of like god tier TV. Those two.
Up there,
The Wire is just like a broad spectrum of different characters and going.
The Wire is special, man. I was saying to the wife, I was like, listen, you're gonna be bored for the first 3 episodes. You're getting used to it. You know what I mean? You'll get used to it. I was like, after episode 4 or 5, you're not gonna want to move from the TV. Like we're literally like in the past week, we've watched the whole of season 1, half of season 2. She's carried on watching it without me. I was like, watch it without me because I'll pick up wherever anyway. So I think she's nearly finished season 2 now. She's like almost on season 3, which is probably my favorite one. So yeah,
season 3 because season 3 is like is that with Amsterdam? Because 4's the school, isn't it?
4's the school.
3 they go back to the block, the towers, don't
they? That's what I mean. Like, because I remember when I first watched it and they did the docs, like in season 2, it threw me off, bro, because I became so used to the characters. I'm
same,
like,
man, same.
Fuck is this shit, bro? Like,
go back to it, and it's so good, man. Like,
so good. There's so many things you miss out, like, and you're like, oh yeah, that's dope, man. So good, man. The school was wicked though, with Prez Beluski, the guy.
Prez did the biggest 180, didn't he? Like as a character, like
biggest 180.
He was such a twat before.
Idiot! It's such a stupid little idiot. I needed a slap across his face, man. But nah, he turned it around, man. He turned it around.
But my boy's been watching it as well. They're like, they sent a screenshot. My mate sent a screenshot of like Michael B. Jordan as Wallace, like in the first season, and I was just like, "No, man, don't do that to me." Just like,
man, flipping Wallace, man, he got popped and that. Spoiler alert, sorry for anyone.
Man, come on, it's been out for 20 years. You should have seen it by now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Sopranos, I ain't watched this. Been about 20 years.
That's a good point, man. No, honestly, make that the next thing you watch.
Yeah, no, I have to watch it. Everyone always like says it's amazing. Like, I need to check it out, man. How's it been down there for you guys though, man? What's it like? What's the vibe down there, man?
It's, to be fair, man, it's like people are like generally like sticking to the rules and stuff. Like, I don't really see too many people out when I go out to the shops and stuff. But it's getting busier, man. Like I see more and more people out. Obviously, my wife's working at the hospital, so I was saying to you earlier, she's got like some kind of. It's given a week structure. But I feel like it's an actual week rather than if we were both here, we'd probably be getting like under each other's feet.
You'd be killing each other, mate.
Yeah, man.
Honestly. Bro, it's mad, man. It's crazy, like because when my wife was in labour, bro, I wasn't even allowed in there, bro. Like,
man.
Like up until a certain point, but then I was there for the birth. But after the birth, I had to go, bro. They're like, you gotta go, man. And they kept her in for an extra day. So I wasn't like that whole bonding time. I missed out a whole 24 hours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even when I went back there to see them, I had to look through a window, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy, man. It was weird, bro.
You've had a lot of time to make up for it, though, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like perfect timing in that respect. Do you know what I mean?
Man. Proper, perfect timing, man. I've just been chilling, bro. Just enjoying it, man. Honestly, I could definitely say this is like in my whole life, bro. This is probably the happiest like I've ever been. I've never smiled so much. I've never this is the happiest I've ever been above everything else, man. Like and I hope this continues, and I'm pretty sure it will. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
man. Such a beautiful, amazing little blessing that we've got here, man.
I'm like happy to hear you say that, man. That's,
man.
It's good to have some kind of like positive vibes during all of this.
Man.
Madness,
we need it
man.
in this time, man.
We do, man. We do. We've only got each other, man. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of cool. Man. Like it's brought people closer together, even though not in the physical, but like I do like a weekly. Well, I talk to my boys like most days, but like we do like a weekly podcast. We haven't put anything out yet. We're just recording
just
it.
Just interacting, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly, man. And there's like a loose structure to it. We talk about like what we've been watching, reading, listening to, and stuff. And then we want to do a topic, right? So like the last topic we did, we all like nominated each other like an album of like a genre that you wouldn't normally listen to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like my guy. Nominated another one like heavy metal album. Do you know what I mean? Like a Slayer album or something like that.
Hell.
And do you know what I mean? Something that my guy's into hip hop, and he's just like had never listened to a heavy metal record in his life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But he was forced to. He has to because he had to come back the next week and talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like book club, man. It's like book club.
Pretty much, man. Yeah. We're doing it with films and that as well. But it's just. But my point being is, like, before all this happened, like, we'd never spent time doing that kind of thing. It's just I'll see you when I see you, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all in the hustle and bustle. Like, I'll see you when I see you. We don't make time for each other. Do you know what I mean? And now we need to make time for each other, bro. We need to, man. This is more important than the world, bro.
Exactly, man.
Whatever, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I just hope that people don't, like, revert back to how they were beforehand, you know, when it all lives.
I hope not, man. I hope not. But you never know with us humans, innit? We're quick to forget, bruv. We're quick to forget. Trust me. Yo, bro, I've been paying attention to your cooking, though, bro.
Boy. Come on.
Smashing it, G. You've been smashing it, man. Honestly,
thanks, man.
Like, do you do it with the missus, or you just do it?
Nah, man. She doesn't really cook. She cooks when she has to, but like she rarely has to because I just love it, man. Because
you're the top don head chef.
Yeah, man. Well, that's the thing. Like, it's just
she's lucky. That food looks banging, G.
Honestly, man. Like, it's my creative outlet, man. Is cooking. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to chef like a long time ago, but with chefing, it's like the hours are too long, the pay's too low, and it's just like,
man.
You don't get a life, man. There's a lot of like drugs. There's a lot of like crazy shit going on behind the scenes and stuff. So it's just not a sustainable lifestyle. It's like a young man's game. Do you know what I mean? Unless you're pursuing a career and you want to run your own restaurant or open your own place and stuff. But
then there's no point.
If you're just some lackey, man, do you know what I mean?
It's hard work. I think food business in general is near enough impossible, man. It's hard work, man. Hard work.
Oh, man, 100%. I think I just love it, man. I love like going in my kitchen and just being like, right, what have I got? And then just like making something from scratch.
Make something out of it. Yeah.
Don't go and buy new shit. Just use what you got first.
Just use what you've got.
Use
exactly.
Yeah.
Bro, especially now, like, because like we're so limited with things that we can get.
With limited stuff, we have to kind of make what we have. Yeah, man.
Make
100%.
what you got. Yeah. You have to, man. You have to be creative, man. Bro, we have the internet. You just type in what you have, and I'm sure it will come up with a recipe for something, bro. Like, you know what I mean? If you're not that inclined, like with like food and that, you know what I mean? So,
exactly, man. There's like no excuses anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like, we live in the information age, and like I get it. Like some people don't enjoy it. Like it doesn't come naturally to them.
I hate it. I hate it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate cooking. I fucking hate it, bro. Like I'd rather go out and get something, but like nowadays, I've been doing it a bit more. but I do it with the missus. She kind of coaxes me to do it a bit more. And I've actually been enjoying it. But I hated cooking, man. I hated it. Not one bit of me likes it. No, I'll do it if I have to, but I'd rather not. Do you know what I mean? I just don't. For me, when I cook, I don't want to eat it. It puts me off, like, because I've seen what's gone into the whole thing, and like puts me off. But I'm slowly getting over that. You know what I mean? I always had this fear of touching raw meat and just nah, bro. Like that's
man. That fear went out the window a long time ago, man. I'm like gutting fish and all kinds of stuff. Like,
yeah, bro. Got to get over that stuff, man. Got to get over that.
I've skinned a rabbit before, man. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of
really
proper. Yeah, those are like I think butchery back in the day and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, man. It's quite, but like, I don't. It's not something I have to do now or would do now.
Like all the slaughters and like all the slaughtering and all. I don't mind seeing all of that. Like it won't put me off. It's just like the actual texture of touching the meat. Like it's just like, no, I don't want to do it, bro. Like give me a spoon and I'll marinate it that way. I ain't touching it, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, man. What would be your like signature dish though if you absolutely had to cook something?
If I had to cook something, I'll probably just like West African dish, jollof rice.
Oh,
just
man.
Just like chicken stew and like rice with tomato puree, just to give it the like orangey color, and a bit of garlic powder, salt, pepper, just the basic things really.
Oh man, that stuff's lush, man. I remember because I went to Ghana like a while back.
Yeah, bruv.
I lived off that basically.
Yeah, that's the best
amazing.
Thing, yeah, it's amazing, bro. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. Just the other day, my sister made some for me. I went to like collect. She left it at the front door. And I was like, yeah, thank you. That's my week's supply.
Oh man, I wish I got deliveries like that, man. I've never made it either. I've never made it. I need to. I need to like
try it, man. Try it, bro. You fall in love with it, bro. Like the Spanish rice that you did isn't far off of.
Oh, I've had it before. As I said, I've eaten it. I've just never made it before. But I'm sure I'll be able to like get all the ingredients in and stuff and just kind of give it a go, man.
Yeah.
Do it with some chicken or something like that. Oh yeah, man. 100%, mate. Making me hungry, man.
I know, bro.
Myself.
Trust me, you're getting hungry, bro.
Oh man. So what? Before we kind of wrap up, man. What? Obviously, you're sitting on music that's coming out.
Yeah.
When it comes out, keep me posted. Obviously, like we'll, you know, more than happy put that on Smash. Like when it drops.
Appreciate that, man.
I
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, but what else is going on in the world of Skirmz at the moment?
Nothing, bro. Just enjoying being a dad, bro. Just enjoying being a dad, and just trying to learn editing and recording and just trying to figure it out, man. To be honest, I've got limited resources with like my laptop's like 7 years old, bro. I haven't upgraded in a long time. So I'm just working with what I got right now, just using free software, just messing around.
That's hip hop, man.
Promo videos. Yeah. Just creating promo videos and just like learning how to record. Because I mean, if I can record here, bro, it will cut out so much traveling and time and just crap, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I can record here, send it off, clean it up, bang, done, sorted out. You know what I mean? So that's all I've been doing, really, man. Just trying to prepare for the album release, man, because it has to come out now. You know what I mean? It has to come out.
It will, man. It will. Definitely, man. So people can find you on socials. Where can they find you, man?
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Skirmz iView. Skirmz iView. Just holler at me. I'll reply. I'll get back at you. Trust me, man. I'm there. If I don't see it immediately, I will get back at you. Trust me.
Oh, big up, man. No, it's been great catching up, man. It's been long overdue. Obviously, definitely. You've got, you've got kind of like pressing things to attend to family-wise, which is understandable.
Well, I don't even feel like it's been that long because we like talk on WhatsApp and that. It don't even
it's true, man.
You know what I mean? We still stay in contact and that. You know what I mean?
100%, man. We'll do it. Anytime, man. I'm about.
Yeah, so definitely, man.
Right. So you can find us at Shotgun the Orcs, all platforms. This will be available on YouTube as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all of that stuff. Yeah, man. I think that's another.
It's a pleasure as always, man. It's a pleasure.
Likewise, man. Thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for joining me and keeping me sane,
bro. The next time I come on and we speak, the album will be out, bro. We'll be talking about the album. I promise.
Better be, man. 100%. Better be, man.
100%, bro. It has to be done, man. Has to be done. And I'm definitely gonna send you a couple more extra juicy little bits. Definitely.
Yeah, boy. Come on, Skirmz, man. It's been a pleasure.
My G. Much love, bro.
Take care, man. Stay safe.
Peace. Bye.